John and Sarah's struggle against the malevolent mirror had taken a devastating toll on their relationship. The mirror's relentless influence had driven a permanent wedge between them, and their love had crumbled. "John, Sarah, there's no going back. This mirror has destroyed us. Sarah, our love was our weakness. Now we're free from it." Their once strong love had become a casualty of the mirror's malevolence, replaced by a bitter animosity. "John, you were the one who insisted on keeping this cursed mirror. Sarah, and you were the one who brought it into our lives. You're just as responsible." Their arguments were filled with anger and resentment, their words a reflection of the bitterness that now defined their relationship. Mirrors whisper, tear each other apart. Love is an illusion. The mirror reveled in their strife, as they tore each other apart emotionally. Their relationship had been irrevocably damaged, and there was no turning back. "John, we can't undo the damage this mirror has done, Sarah. Sarah, there's no going back, John. Our love is gone." Their shared journey through darkness had shown them that not all battles could be won. The mirror's malevolence had taken everything from them, leaving only the ruins of what was once a loving relationship. John and Sarah's lives had been forever altered by the malevolent mirror's influence, leaving them emotionally detached and devoid of love. They found themselves in a world stripped of the warmth and connection they had once shared. "John, Sarah, we must learn to navigate this new reality. Love is but a distant memory." Sarah, indeed. Emotions were a burden, and this mirror freed us from them. Their interactions were marked by a cold pragmatism, as they focused on surviving in a world where love had no place. "John, we no longer need to concern ourselves with matters of the heart. Sarah, emotions are a human's weakness." Their conversations revolved around practical matters, devoid of the tenderness and warmth that had once defined their relationship. The mirror's malevolence whispered in the background, reinforcing their belief that emotions were mere illusions. "John, we've found a kind of freedom, Sarah. Love was a chain we no longer bear." Sarah, indeed, John. Emotions were a prison, and were finally free. Their shared journey through darkness had transformed them into beings unburdened by love, but also estranged from the warmth of human connection. John and Sarah's lives had been stripped of love by the malevolent mirror's influence, but they refused to surrender to emptiness. Instead, they channeled their emotional void into an unwavering determination to confront the mirror. "John, Sarah, we may have lost love, but we've gained resolve. We'll face this mirror head-on." Sarah, you're right, John. Emotions were a weakness, and we're done being weak. Their interactions were marked by a newfound determination, as they focused on the singular goal of defeating the mirror. "John, we don't need love to fight, Sarah. We have our resolve. Sarah, our hearts may be empty, but our spirits are stronger than ever." Their conversations now revolved around strategizing and plotting their battle against the mirror's malevolence. The mirror's malevolence attempted to undermine their resolve, but it only fueled their determination further. "John, we've found a purpose, Sarah. Love was a distraction we can do without. Sarah, emotions were a burden, John. We'll use our emptiness as a weapon." Their shared journey through darkness had transformed them into resolute warriors, unburdened by love but fueled by their newfound determination. John and Sarah had gathered a collection of amulets and protective charms, believing that these objects could shield them from the malevolent mirror's influence. As they discussed their plans, they encountered a skeptic who berated them for relying on such superstitions. "Skeptic, amulets? Charms? Are you too serious? You can't possibly believe that nonsense will protect you. John, we've seen the mirror's power. We'll take any precaution necessary. Sarah, you may not believe, but we need all the help we can get." The skeptic shook his head, dismissing their beliefs as foolish. "Skeptic, well, good luck with your trinkets. I don't believe in ghosts and superstitions. You're wasting your time." despite the skeptic's scorn. John and Sarah clung to their belief in the protective power of amulets and charms. "John, we've seen things you wouldn't believe. We'll do whatever it takes to confront that mirror." "Sarah, our faith in these objects gives us strength. You don't have to understand." Their conversation with the skeptic served as a reminder of the diversity of beliefs in the face of the unexplained. While some dismissed their methods, John and Sarah remained steadfast in their determination to confront the malevolent mirror. The skeptic, still skeptical of amulets and charms, introduced John and Sarah to a mysterious figure he knew only as Elias. Elias had a reputation for offering unconventional solutions to supernatural problems, although the skeptic remained unaware of Elias' own belief in amulets and protective talismans. "Skeptic, I don't know much about this guy, Elias, but he claims to have dealt with things like your mirror before." "John, we'll take any help we can get at this point." "Sarah, maybe Elias has some insights we haven't considered." They arranged to meet Elias in a dimly lit, cluttered shop filled with an assortment of mysterious objects. "Elias, I've heard about your mirror troubles. Amulets and charms might not be my usual method, but I've seen them work before." John and Sarah exchanged surprised glances, realizing that Elias was advocating the use of amulets despite the skeptic's initial skepticism. John, confused, "Wait, you believe in amulets?" "Elias, I believe in what works, my friends. The mirror is a formidable adversary, and we must use all available tools to defeat it." Elias provided them with a set of amulets, each carefully crafted and imbued with protective energies. "Elias, these amulets will create a barrier against the mirror's malevolence. Trust me, they are your best defense." As they held the amulets, John and Sarah felt a renewed sense of hope. The malevolent mirror's influence was formidable, but with Elias' unexpected assistance and the protective power of the amulets, they were better prepared than ever to face it. Elias, despite his enigmatic nature, offered his assistance to John and Sarah with a sense of determination. He believed in the power of amulets and protective talisman. Elias, despite his enigmatic nature, offered his assistance to John and Sarah with a sense of determination. He believed in the power of amulets and protective talismans and was willing to do whatever it took to help them. "Elias, I've dealt with entities like your mirror before. It won't be easy, but I'll help you. Together, we can break its hold." John and Sarah, grateful for his support, accepted Elias' help, knowing that they needed all the assistance they could get. As they delved deeper into their battle against the malevolent mirror, Elias took charge, crafting powerful amulets and protective charms. He explained the rituals and incantations they needed to perform to strengthen the amulet's protective magic. "Elias, with these amulets, we can create a shield strong enough to repel the mirror's darkness." However, as they neared their final confrontation with the mirror, the malevolent entity grew desperate and struck back. In a harrowing turn of events, it targeted Elias, seeking to eliminate the one who had become a beacon of hope for John and Sarah. "Mirror's vengeful fury, you will not succeed. I will not be defeated." In a chilling confrontation, the malevolent mirror unleashed its full power upon Elias, who valiantly fought to protect John and Sarah. "Elias, keep going. I'll hold it back as long as I can." With his last ounce of strength, Elias channeled the amulet's protective energy to create a barrier, sacrificing himself to weaken the mirror's hold and buy John and Sarah precious time. With Elias' sacrifice and their unwavering determination, John and Sarah managed to weaken the malevolent mirror's hold. It grew increasingly powerless against their combined efforts. "John, we can do this, Sarah. Together, we'll destroy this cursed mirror once and for all. Sarah, we owe it to Elias, and to ourselves." Their conviction and the power of the amulets were enough to shatter the mirror, ending its malevolence. As the mirror fractured into countless shards, an eerie silence filled the room. Mirror's demise, I am defeated. With the mirror's destruction, John and Sarah believed their ordeal was finally over. But as they turned to leave, a sudden, chilling wind swept through the room, extinguishing the candles and plunging it into darkness. Sarah, unsettled, "What's happening, John? I thought it was over." John, nervous, "I don't know, Sarah. Something doesn't feel right." Whispers echoed in the darkness, and an ominous presence filled the room. Whispers, "You thought you could escape." Suddenly, John's body stiffened, and his eyes took on a vacant, distant look. "Sarah, John, what's happening to you?" "John, we cannot escape, we are bound, forever." It became clear that the malevolent spirits trapped within the mirror had found a new host in John's body. "Sarah, no, John, fight it. You can't let them take you." But John's struggle was futile as he became a vessel for the malevolent spirits, their sinister laughter filling the room.